You break my record, now I break you. like I break your friend. The first rule of Kumite is you don't talk about Kumite.
Unless it's in song form.
Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, current and ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? That's why they call this Bloodsport, kid.
Blood.
Welcome, warriors of the world. Today, you become part of a tradition that began hundreds of years ago.
I'm playing this whole thing and I don't even care.
Kumite was first used by the Korukai, the Black Dragon Society, to measure the fighting skills and spirit.
This wasn't in the movie.
Every
Not the full thing.
Not the whole thing. It's when they open the tournament. He's talking.
Yeah, he
about
says
this.
this.
face each other in full
The greatest
contact,
warriors of all time every 5 years.
with
It's
one
because-
winner emerging as
Gonna play
the
the trailer
superior
over again.
warrior, the champion.
Oh, this is sick. This is not the trailer. I might have got the wrong one.
This could have been like what they put on like a Blu-ray release. They'll put like other trailer music on it. That's not uncommon.
Let's do like a new remastered trailer.
Like the Blade Runner soundtrack had or the Blade Runner
Okay.
DVD had special
might-
music for it.
I might cut this one short. It's just music.
It's just showing them fight.
Probably.
Probably just showing, the actual underground fighting.
Let's see. I'll give it a couple seconds. Nope. Must be slow.
I mean, you really don't need. I mean, there's not much more to the movie than what that guy says.
Yeah, all right. Here we go. Joining me today is recurring guests, Brain Rapperines and Nobel Gas Tribe. That's a callback. from
Yeah.
Long years ago.
Like Kumite champion. Please.
Stretch out your crotch and let's get ready for some extreme leg splits. The description for this one: Bloodsport follows Frank Dukes, an American martial artist serving in the military who decides to leave the army to compete in a martial arts tournament in Hong Kong where fights to the death can occur.
I don't think that's a correct thing. He goes AWOL. He does not ask for permission. He just leaves.
It's true. He's broken the law.
Yeah, no, it's like he would be in trouble. You can't do that.
Directed by Newt Arnold. Basically, this was like his only movie. And also, listeners, we've already reviewed this. I already know this, okay? We reviewed this with Sack Lunch, but we have our bros back. We haven't had them for like 3 or 4 months. And so this was Taylor's pick.
That's right.
And I honor it. So we're doing the reblood of Bloodsport. So Newt Arnold, I mentioned this in the previous pod. You can go check it out. But this was his only movie, and then he went to be a first and second unit director for some doozies: Godfather Part 2, Blade Runner,
Really?
Goonies, and wait for it, TMNT 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Wow. Good for him.
So Newt Arnold decided, you know what?
At least he didn't.
I did Bloodsport, and I'm going off to do. I'm going to be a pinch hitter. I'm going to be in the sidelines.
Wonder what happened there.
He saw, Michael Chino take a nosedive after Deer Hunter after his
Oh, yeah, he saw
and
it.
was like, you know what? I'm going to just sit in the background. I got my fame. I got my box office smash. I'm fine just doing, just backup work for others.
Yeah, maybe it was just like, he knew it was peak for him, and he's like, I can't do any better. I'm just going to move on. Well, top billed stars are Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I like to say Van Damme. I don't know if it's Van Damme, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think Van Damme is just.
I just say Van Damme.
I also like JCVD.
Yes.
That's also
the best way
acceptable.
to do it, yeah.
So we've got Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The muscles from Brussels.
Correct. Donald Gibb.
He's my kind.
And Leah Aries, and Bolo Young as Chung Lee, and Forrest Whitaker coming hot off of Platoon and Good Morning Vietnam.
He had to have been like 22.
Yeah.
Also, Roy Chow was in Temple of Doom, and I always loved that guy as a kid in that movie. Remember, he's like, "You take the girl, I'll get another." He's in the first part where they're doing the like roulette thing with the diamond. Now you give me the diamond, Dr. Jones. So that's Roy Chow. He played Tanaka Shidishu.
Okay.
So he's the master. Runtime of So Forrest Whitaker, he comes off of Platoon and Good Morning Vietnam and decides, you know what, I'm gonna go do an indie, like first director debut.
Well, but at the time,
random movie in China.
But at the time, it was just supporting roles in those movies. So
it makes sense. I mean,
it's film.
It's interest.
You gotta
actually, maybe he got more. I don't know.
You gotta pay your dues slowly but surely.
Anyway, runtime of a taut, crisp 1 hour and 32 minutes.
Taut for sure. Yeah.
It's funny. Like they did a lot of like we don't care. We're gonna get right to the point, but then also like very long sequences that are.
The training sequences go on and on, whereas like the bonding moments,
that is
flash forward real fast.
The flashback goes on an alarming amount of time.
The amount of times he gets flipped over on his back
kills the momentum of the plot immediately. It's amazing choice. Like
first half, it feels like an entirely different film.
Because like they're teasing it, and he's on the run, and then it's like he goes to visit his master, and then boom, it's like clear your schedules. We've got a rushed 30-minute long backstory.
Yeah, it was crazy.
About trying to steal a sword. I love how easily his parents just kind of gave him over to the Chinese master and was like, you know what? Let's let him be our new apprentice.
Didn't you miss the part where his family died in Hiroshima?
Mm-hmm.
No,
he's Japanese.
Jean-Claude's parents gave him over.
I know, and you said he was Chinese. He's not. He's Japanese.
I'm sorry. The Japanese.
Tanaka is Japanese.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm surprised how fast his parents gave Jean-Claude away in that 30 seconds.
He's a troublemaker. Who wants him? They want him to get some discipline and learn.
Just remembered the kid actor who they had doing like
the young Adam
bad
Sandler.
French accent as a kid.
I still to this, I mentioned in the last review.
Brooklyn comes in so alarmingly weird. Sorry.
I think they took his voice and like sped it up or like made it chipmunky.
I mean, maybe he just inflected it. Like he just was like, "What do you want to do? You need to teach me martial science."
His Brussels accent was very similar to Jean-Claude's. So
27, 28 there. So I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I think younger.
Or maybe they just found somebody French that.
So listen to this. Rotten Tomatoes genre says action, biography, sports and fitness.
Biography is easily the funniest thing you could call that movie.
Sport and fitness film.
Sports biography.
Compared to IMDb's action, biography, drama. And we'll get into the biography in quotation marks a bit later.
That is so like misleading to say biography.
It's not
because you wouldn't even if like let's just say that it is a biography, like come on now. There's like nothing about him.
They're taking a lot of liberties on this one. Speaking of IMDb, it gets a 6.8 out of 10 from 77,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes gives us a 48% from 29 critic ratings. And get this, that's up from 40% from 2 years ago.
Oh, they're pulling from blog sites. That are doing retrospectives.
those are critic ratings. You have to have you have to apply to be an actual critic. Otherwise, you get lumped into the
the rabble, the peasants.
The user score stays strong at 74% from 50,000 audience ratings. Where to watch this right now? Again, nowhere to stream this unless you have Amazon Prime. You could stream that there. But we had some difficulties. I think we were logged into my Apple TV 4K, and
issues with Apple TV.
Amazon does not like Apple TV,
but no issues.
But I mean,
Xbox.
Hasn't that always kind of been the case? Like, aren't they like not the friendliest companies in terms of compatibility? Because they're like, they want you to use our stuff.
They want you to use their Fire Stick.
Correct. Anyway, screw you, Amazon. I'm going to cancel my subscription. All right, you guys. This is a category that we didn't have 2 years ago, and I'm excited to have it now.
Best muscle bods.
Popcorn reviews the reviews.
Yeah, this is going to have good reviews.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
All right, what do you guys love the Whiplash, if I remember. Mm-hmm. What would you like to start with?
Do the worst. The worst is always incredible.
Well, I mean, they're going to be right.
I don't know.
No, there's many ways to perceive this.
They'll just be humorless, like unpleasant and unfun people, but they'll be right.
But those are the people that leave reviews that have time to do
That's fair. Yeah, they're like...
Out of 77,000 reviews, guess how many 1 out of 10s there were?
Oh, 12,000.
4.
Really?
4. And I'm going to read 3 of them. So enjoy. The first 1 out of 10, and I don't even care. It's so awesome. The title of this review is A Dramatized 80s Beefcake Training Video.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it is.
Nikita Lenavenko. Nikita Lenavenko. She gave this review, or he, 25th of June, 2019. So recently. Or a dramatized adaptation of a beefcake magazine. That's the vibe I got from this. Van Damme and his sweaty abs look like they think they're in an 80s softcore parody of Enter the Dragon with acting to match. The movie,
yeah, kind of.
I never see that comparison.
The movie itself pulls Confessions of a Dangerous Mind in that it purports to be a true story based on one man's unverified claims. The real Frank Dukes is a known liar and exaggerator, with a lot of the stories he told the screenwriter later being shown as such. With this story, Dukes got a buddy of his to corroborate it. Later, after they had a falling out, the friend said Dukes coached him to say it. And yet the male bimbos who defend this still buy into a story with nothing to back it up.
Well, that's an interesting claim, because it's like, well, did this happen? Because if it didn't happen, what are we watching it for?
Yeah. Where's the dramatization? Where's the heartache, the human growth?
It's like, is this real?
I guess that's why they call it a cult movie. You spend 20 minutes watching live action figures. Van Damme even looks like he's made of plastic. Kung fu fight choreography that's been done better in almost any other kung fu movie you can think of. And then 70 minutes wasted on a puerile, hyper cliche cardboard excuse for a plot. I must avenge so-and-so by competing in this sport tournament for some reason, just to frame those 20 minutes where things actually happen.
It's kind of funny, because it's like, it's even thinner than that. It's just because he wants to do it to prove he's the best.
Yeah, which I think is awesome.
He wants to be a good surrogate.
He's like, don't you want to be the best journalist? Well, it's me.
Don't you want to take the best stories?
That's what I want to do.
I want to throw the best kicks.
I want to be the best at what I do.
I want to be the most deadliest man alive.
It's like seeing the Karate Kid as a grown man who went on to star in yet another brain cell killing Mortal Kombat movie, and it's all smothered with an extra coating of 80s cheese. 1 out of 10.
That cheese is so delicious, though.
Yeah, it is.
80s easy cheese.
All right, here's your first 10 out of 10. Best martial arts movie of all time.
No, I'm sorry. I can't follow him here.
Did they write this review back in 1988?
Lee Stallion, 55, gave this review in November of 2006.
Ah, dang it, close.
If you look at the rating for this film, it is only 5.8% at present. That is a serious understatement of this film's genius. This film deserves a much more higher rating. Okay, it's not an Oscar winner for acting. But who cares? It's not about acting. It's about true martial arts and fighting on the big screen, and Bloodsport brings this to you superbly. One of my favorite movies is also provides the Rocky pump. As in, like Rocky, it has the emotion both in action and through the film's music, and the fighting makes you want to get up and start punching and kicking anything. And you don't get that sort of feeling with many films. Rocky had it. and Bloodsport has it as well.
I admire this person. This person enjoys life, and I can't help but respect that.
And if a fighting film makes you get up and fight your living room wall, then it's a winner. I remember watching this with friends and going out in the garden for some Bloodsport kicking and punching, well, not each other, but the thin air. But it makes you feel alive. Not many films do that. 10 out of 10 for me.
He sounds like the kind of guy that would play Quidditch for real.
Yeah, it's like, how old is this? I mean, you can't even...
Or he does that, the fake where they take a horse in a stick. And they
hobby horsing? Yeah, no, that was a dire discovery when I found out about that. I was like,
people do this?
When you sent that video to me, it was a long rabbit hole.
I know.
I watched like 40 minutes of it.
Like, I just remember this woman holding her hobby horse up to a plane window to go to this like convention. I was like,
oh my gosh,
the world that is out there.
we just keep discovering more things.
Yeah, I know.
It's fascinating.
All right, our next 1 out of 10. Pure cheese. Avoid like the plague, swine flu, and ugly fat chicks. Wow.
I don't care much for that.
No.
Some sexist ableism there. And
Says Vinth. He gave this review in 2009. If you want to watch poorly choreographed fight scenes, terrible acting, with even worse dialogue, and some of the dumbest slow motion scenes showing Van Damme looking like he has a mental handicap.
That's a little harsh, but it's kind of funny.
Rather than suffering from temporary blindness, then this film is for you. Perhaps I was missing something when I made the mistake of killing some time recently and watching it when it was on TV. But unless you have ADD or have a very low IQ.
Hey.
I was going to say, I'd steer away from this movie unless you're going to watch it with the view to laughing your A off as just how bad it is. For the record, I'm not some JCVD hater. If you
like Time Cop's great.
If you take most of his films for what they are, they're okay. Universal Soldier and Time Cop were entertaining enough.
Universal Soldier is cool.
It is cool.
That's right.
And I don't deny they guy makes, I'm reading it how it is, they guy makes kicking people in the face look awesome. But this was just pure cheese, as stated in my summary. If you want some old school martial arts movies, stick to Bruce Lee ones. Or if you must, Chuck Norris.
What?
They just do much better.
I know. I was like, when you say the Bruce Lee, I was like, yeah, those are.
Yeah.
Then he was like, Chuck Norris.
You want to watch Chuck Norris drive out of a ditch in his Ford Bronco after he gets buried?
Man, you're right. This guy is sexist and ableist. And I don't agree with you, Vince. So we'll move on.
There were too many foreigners in this movie.
Second 10 out of 10. Greatest film of all time. Says Invictus. He gave this review in 1999, December 26th, mind you. So he just celebrated Christmas and then decided to watch Bloodsport.
He popped in his DVD of Bloodsport.
I would like to say that I have not seen a better film than Bloodsport.
I don't know why people always brag about that. Like, it's like, don't say that. Just say you liked it. You don't have to be like,
just say it's a great movie you enjoyed.
Cried so much as I did during Bambi.
In my lifetime of 20 odd years, I have seen plenty of films.
20 odd years? Oh, so he's giving his age. This is good, actually. This is great info.
The martial arts genre is unique, and one mustn't compare it to other types of movies because they are like apples and oranges. Therefore, I will say it is the greatest martial arts film of all time, and in my mind, better than anything else I have seen, even though it is hard to compare it to non-martial arts films. This movie is more than just about fighting. It transcends the entertainment value it was made to provide.
It focuses on family.
This movie
long
is
before Fast and Furious brought the terms of
ripping off
light.
Like Enter the Dragon. Like it stole the plot from Enter the Dragon.
I know, it literally rips off the same
it's like that's
movie they're telling you to watch.
Yeah, it's like I mean, come on now.
This story is about Duke's journey through life and his struggle to bring honor to his Shidoshi. He is not in it for the money or bragging rights. It's simply honor. Now, how many people in today's world care about honor? Not very many. This is one of the many reasons why I love and am inspired by this movie. Sometimes one must undergo great pain and sacrifice to honor and respect someone or something. And that is an important lesson. 10 out of 10.
So when was this?
And that's why they call it
99, is that what you said?
Yeah, 1999.
After
and he was 20-ish then. So he's like 40, mid-40s now?
He's
late 40s maybe?
45.
Kind of like me.
Mid to late?
45.
I wonder if he still thinks this.
Invictus, write us
Let's get an update.
Send us an email, and we'll see if you still like Bloodsport.
I mean, I'm sure if you hadn't seen a lot of martial arts films and saw this, you'd be like, my eyes have been opened.
How did you feel about The Raid and also its sequel, The Raid 2?
Oh, man. The Raid is great. The Raid 2 is kind of great.
It's better in its set pieces. It's just, it tries to do more. And
it's so much more polished, though.
Yeah.
It's way more beautiful to look at.
All right, last 1 out of 10. This is a short one. The airplane of martial arts movies.
That's pretty good.
Is that?
It did inspire partially Hot Shots. I swear it's part
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's not trying to be like a what you would call it, a screwball comedy. It kind of is one.
It definitely has that 80s cheese.
And I mean, it's not
just how over the top they make.
I don't think it took itself that seriously, but
Nope.
it's not trying to be funny.
Well, CWeb2327 says, surely this is a spoof on martial arts movies. It's just laughably bad. 1 out of 10. I don't think they meant this to be a spoof. They were making a real serious movie.
Not.
This was supposedly at the time this.
But I mean, if you watch those Bruce Lee movies, they have like weird comedy in them as well.
Yeah, but they're not spoofs.
No.
Okay.
But they're not based on.
This guy gave a review in 2021.
I mean, that's another thing. Yeah, Jackie Chan's movies were all filled with comedy, but
true. All right, last 10 out of 10. A must see, says J. Henroyd. He gave she gave this review in 2020. One of the films that made me a cinephile.
JCVD.
I loved it. I love to hear it. That's beautiful.
Early Forrest and the best Van Damme. 10 out of 10. That's all they say is
Early Forrest.
That made me a cinephile.
Good for you.
Correct.
It's a good starting point.
Thank you. All right, we've made it to.
Show me the numbers.
Should or shouldn't you watch this? 5 reasons why you should watch this. I have the same reasons. All right, here are 5 reasons. You tell me if I missed anything. And these are the same as before, and I don't care. Number 1, JCVD is the reason.
Man,
watch this.
Is ripped as hell. It's insane.
It's insane. His nips are. His nips have muscle.
Every time he's flexed, it looks like his skin's just going to rip apart from the muscle underneath.
You can see. Oh, dude. Okay, I'll save that because it's number 4. Number 2, the first semi-real Mortal Kombat and the inspiration for the game. Is that a good reason to watch
Street Fighter?
I would actually say that like Enter the Dragon in this. If you want to know that all video games are talentless hack that is derived from the superior films.
I would also enter into those 2 movies Big Trouble in Little China because the guy with the hat with the fire or the lightning bolts, that's Raiden.
I mean,
it is Raiden.
Yeah,
they ripped it off.
Yes, but I mean, yes. Again, I mean, I'm not going to say that they're not. I mean, again, they're talentless.
It's just kind of funny that instead of video games inspiring horrible adaptations, it's the reverse.
That's why it's so funny that he's in the Street Fighter movie.
That is funny.
Have you heard about all the drama behind the Street Fighter, the movie? It's amazing, all the stuff that was going on. Like Raul dying of cancer and trying to be revived, and Van Damme having an affair with like somebody on set. Like it's awesome.
Man, that sounds like
not a good movie. It's amazing. It's worth watching though.
Raul Julia's best last performance.
Oh man, bummer.
I think that would be a Cole pick. He would probably pick one of the.
Heck no, I'm doing anyone but you, Sydney Sweeney, to show you how bad that rom-com is.
I've already watched it with my wife.
Well, you get to see it again.
There's a lot of.
That token black guy is so great with his humor. It really lifts up the spirit of the movie.
All right, number 3, extreme leg splits.
That is true. Yes.
It's painful to watch in a couple of scenes.
number 5, Bolo Young is the villain. I think that's a reason to watch. It's crazy. He's insane.
I mean, he is a Mortal Kombat character. Like, that's the whole thing. It's like, they're like, what if we made a game, but they were all this guy?
Yeah.
What if everyone
had a fight
tried to kill the person after they won and then broke their bones?
Correct. And last but not least, an egregious JCVD muscular bulbous buttock shot.
That is true.
Should have been a Calvin Klein underwear.
Very taut.
From many angles. You get it from many
There
angles.
is some curvature.
The French Mark
that you see.
Yeah.
Some definite curvature.
Any other reasons that I missed?
Nothing about the Kowloon, the walled city.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they actually went there. It sure looked like the videos that I've seen of it, but they were trying to like evoke it at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, there's some cool shots of the Kowloon walled city.
It's like whether that's real or not, I don't know. But I mean,
oh, it was. It doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I know. I'm just.
But
saying.
it was real.
They could have faked it. Although I don't know that they would have for this movie.
No, no,
not on a budget of it was.
Not when their cutaways are half a second before they're like, gotta get back to the movie. We only have so much film.
Yeah. Any other reasons?
It's like 87 was the year of the buddy cop comedy.
I mean, there is some tremendous original music in this.
The music is amazing.
I mean, like 80s ballads. There's like 3 original ones in this that are all hilarious.
All it needed was more Tangerine Dream, and it would have been amazing.
This song is awesome.
I mean, I really like the instrumental. The singing, I can't get behind it. I really can't.
You don't like it when they chant Kumite.
No, that part's fine. It's the guys, man. It just reminds me of like I've Got the Touch from like the Transformers movie.
Oh heck yeah,
dude! That was
higher and higher.
The director's probably like, "Hey, what song?" It says in the lyrics, "I'm alone and I'm by myself," and that's the one we want.
Yeah, they all seem like really literal to the events that are going on in like a very funny way.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's definitely it is funny.
Yeah, the chase. Well, this isn't spoiler zone, but the chase scene is sick. It's a song, and I
call my mom, tell her I got away.
Yeah, exactly.
No more federal agents today.
Yeah, it's so awesome. All right, any last reasons to watch Bloodsport? Why did you pick this?
It was because of Mortal Kombat. It was playing fighting games and like seeing that they were all like, yeah, we're your talentless hacks who steal from the superior medium of film.
Okay. That's a great reason to watch Bloodsport. All right. Should we move to By the Numbers?
Another reason to watch it?
Those are good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I was gonna say you really have to see the kid that they cast for Young
Ben. Oh my gosh, he has a weird
he looks weird.
Face.
I don't know what they did to get that accent out of him. It sounds so strange.
The shift is so weird.
It sounds like him.
I mean, yeah, that's. I don't know what they did.
It's strange.
Wonderful 80s training montage sequences. That would be a good reason.
Oh, montages. For sure.
Max, over and over. They're
over
amazing.
And over.
Breaking ice blocks, getting hit in the crotch, having to pull bamboo poles out of the ground. It's awesome.
Yeah, the montage of him serving tea to the lady that's like thirsting him the whole time.
Yeah.
Quenching her thirst in other ways.
Hey, Tanaka, when is the next time JCVD comes to the home?
I'm pretty sure the husband felt the same way.
Yeah, probably.
We are older and have been alone so long.
All right, here is By the Numbers.
Blank. For God's sake, just give me the damn number!
All right, I tried again, since this is the reblood, to find the production budget, and I got the same kind of mixed
My guess
information.
Is $5 million.
So I saw 3 different numbers.
I saw 1.2 to 2.3.
Probably right.
I saw one that was
I was adjusting for inflation.
1.1, 1.4, or 2.3. Those are the 3 numbers that I found. So between $1 million and $2.5 million. is what they spent on.
Yeah, no, you can tell.
It had to have
just in terms of the brevity, really, like more than anything else. Like I think it looks nice. Like it doesn't like
that had to have been a ton of marketing to get them to. It was a strange show at the time to like debut, so I'm sure a lot of it was trying to get word out that the film exists.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So I also, in spirit of not accurate numbers, I have 3 different numbers for the box office haul. So I had
30 million.
Nope.
11 or 50, or a JCVD fan site says 65.
That was probably after.
I feel like you just got to throw that one out.
That was probably like home video sales and everything later.
So
that was the VHS era right there.
We'll call it 30 million, 35 million.
Oh, I'd buy that.
I mean, that's a great return on investment.
I mean,
he got more work after this. You have to assume.
Correct. He did.
That it did well.
Are you guys interested in the top 10 highest grossing films of 1988?
Yes.
I saw this the other day. I was looking at those. It's crazy.
You did? You were just...
somebody had a post on there, and they were showing...
Like how it was all Indiana Jones and Star Wars movies.
It was literally how Spielberg and Lucas had dominated. Yeah. Harrison Ford had like the best decade of his life because he was in every big budget movie at the time. It was crazy. Like Tootsie was on there for one of them. It was crazy.
This is not that. No. Tootsie is not on.
No, because this would just be 1 year. It was
80s. It was
the 80s.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it was just it was just.
It was the top 3
pure
films.
Domination.
Yeah, it was Spielberg and Lucas everywhere. It was nuts.
Spielberg and Lucas ruining movies.
All right, I have the gross if you want it, but I'm just going to read top 10.
All right.
Rain Man, number 1.
That was on there. That was on the list. Very strange.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, number 2.
Banger of a film.
3, Coming to America.
Also good.
It's
kind of been tainted by the other movie they did. But
4, Crocodile Dundee 2.
2?
Which is sick. I love it so much.
2 made that much money?
Correct. It made $239 million.
What? Oh my gosh.
Crocodile Dundee 2. Number 5 was Twins.
That I could see.
Number 6, Rambo 3.
That should be higher, in my opinion.
Should be way higher.
Rambo 2 is like number 2 or 3.
Correct.
The movie that is not dedicated to the brave Mujahideen, but you know what? I'm going to choose to believe them.
Correct. Number 7, A Fish Called Wanda.
Wow.
That's an odd one.
That's a really odd one.
Number 8, Cocktail.
I have never heard of that.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
No.
First Tom Cruise movie.
Yep.
Bartender. The one they made fun of with Ben Stiller where they were like shaking cocktail glasses.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was the same time as Risky Business. Like Cocktail was his first.
I've heard of Risky Business.
Yeah, Cocktail. Number 9, Big.
Yes.
And
it's
surprisingly, number 10, Die Hard.
Oh, no, that makes sense. Right
Seems
at the end of the year.
Should be up higher.
That should also be higher.
Should be higher.
But a lot of it was like family.
Die Hard, Rambo 3.
Yes. And
nothing else. There was no more money.
Crocodile Dundee 2.
I've never seen that.
I cannot believe that.
I just think that those movies are disrespectful to the great nation of Australia.
You didn't see his awesome boomerang throwing skills, and
I never saw any of those movies. I couldn't say.
Okay, I'm excited to tell you. I have 4 numbers. Okay, and a couple of these I already mentioned in my last pod, but I'm interested in your guys' take on these because I don't know. Okay, this is just the internet, and I thought it was weird. So in the end, there's the end credits, right? And you see some. Obviously, we know is false information.
No, it's true because it's true if you believe it.
It's true.
Alternative facts.
Not a lie if you believe it.
That's quoted by George Costanza.
And he's right.
He's right.
And I bet this man believes it.
In order to have 56 consecutive knockouts in a single elimination tournament, you would need 72 quadrillion fighters to participate. That's more than 10 million times the total human population of the Earth.
Oh, are they like assuming that it's like a bracket? Like,
is that real math?
What, the quadrillion? I mean...
Well, 56 knockouts in one tournament.
For him.
For there to be 56 rounds, it's just assuming that if it's like a standard like playoff bracket...
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd need a lot.
Really?
Because... yeah, think about it. That's 56 rounds in a tournament. Like, there's no way that the tournament was set up that way is the thing.
That's what I'm
So like this person's making assumptions about what the tournament was.
Okay.
They're assuming that it's like, yeah, they're doing like a graph where it's like, okay, 2. And then each of those 2 goes to 2. And then each of those 2 goes to 2.
But if it's over a few days, like in the show, like 3-4 days, then it would make sense because you just have rounds every day that are narrowed down. You wouldn't need that many.
Well, why don't you guys do some homework?
Yeah, it's just there's no way that it was like an elimination bracket if that's how he was able to do it. And that's what this person's assuming because they're assuming some exponential with a huge number, which
it's treated like a pyramid scheme when it's probably working in reverse.
This is included among the American Film Institute's 2001 list of 400 movies nominated for the top 100 most heart-pounding American movies.
This is an American movie?
Figure that one out.
Wait a minute.
How is this an American movie?
Wait a minute. Out of 200
set in Hong Kong, starring a European man.
It's AFI's 2001 list of 400 movies nominated for the top 100 most heart-pounding American movies.
We just need to narrow a quarter of these down.
It's like they're just inventing something to give to it.
Okay, this also spawned...
Was Howard the Duck on that list?
Oh, no. You do not besmirch Howard.
No, I saw it as a kid. It was terrifying as a kid.
It was terrifying as a kid. Correct. This spawned 3 horrible sequels.
Really? See, now that was my... Like, I was wondering, like, the fact that it didn't get a sequel was what made me think that maybe it didn't do that well. But hearing that it did.
The second one's so bad. It's awesome.
Here are the names of those 3 films.
Is JCVD in them?
No.
Oh.
No, he like...
Oh,
this is like Halloween.
In a way, that's all you need to know. You're like,
correct.
He was too good for these.
He was. It's called Bloodsport 2: The Next Kumite.
All right.
The third one is very original, just like Rambo 3. This is Bloodsport 3, and Bloodsport 4: The Dark Kumite.
Everybody dies.
Should they have called it First Blood 3?
First Blood squared.
Because there's the weirdness with Rambo 2 where it's First Blood 2.
Correct. Dude, me and Dr. Dare and my buddy Ryan reviewed all the Rambo films, and we had a very long discussion about the
it's so
convention.
Weird that it's just Rambo 3. It's so strange.
Well, they were like, we can't call it Rambo First Blood Part 3. They're like, let's just call it Rambo 3. Let's abandon, because the second one's Rambo First Blood Part 2.
To be fair, they should have abandoned it there.
Oh, yeah. Correct.
Because it's not that anymore.
Well, and it's not called Rambo First Blood. It's called First Blood.
Yeah, I know. It's First Blood is the name of the novel. Like, it's Rambo's just the name of the guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, that only really applies to the situation where he's harassed by the police and they draw first blood. So it doesn't really make sense for the sequel.
Correct.
First blood transfusion.
All right, my last number, and this surprised me. Frank Dukes was the fighting coordinator for this film. When Jean-Claude was cast, Dukes announced that Van Damme wasn't nearly in good enough shape and put him through a 3-month training program. A liar. Van Damme, a world championship martial artist in his own right, called it the hardest training of his life.
I think the guy knew how to fight. It was just how he became who he was and what happened. Just talking himself up more than what happened, basically.
I mean, I don't know, dude. That's crazy to me. But anyway, there you have it. Any parting thoughts for this week?
I just want to know more about the guy who lied. Why would you lie and make this up and be like, yes, this?
Maybe he was a megalomaniac. He just wanted to be a star when he wasn't really one.
I want to know who did he sell this to that they're like, yes.
Canon Pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. They're like, sounds good. Put it on film.
At this point, there may be spoilers up ahead. So if you want to watch and come back next week and join us for our breakdown of Bloodsport, The Blood Reckoning from 1988. I'm on the social medias. I dare you to message the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you can help the Popcorn Priest support his movie addiction and allow him to keep giving you the best labor of love reviews of The Priest by visiting patreon.com/popcornpriest. And the easiest way to support the show, and the most free, is like and subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Easier than being
strung up by 4 wires against a tree, spreading you limb from limb.
Correct. Or fighting Chung-Li without your eyes. Spoiler alert.
So good.
We'll see you guys next week.